Hello, my name is Zimmaron and thank you so much for watching this video. In this video, I wanted to talk about breathing. Just normal day-to-day breathing, not any of the pranayama or yoga breathing or different breathing practices and so forth, but just normal breathing. And the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because there's two types of breathers that are out there. We have people that breathe down into their stomachs, and then we have people that breathe into their chest. And the truth is that stomach breathing is the natural way that we are supposed to breathe. And I can say that simply by bringing up and pointing out the fact that if you look at a baby and you look at them breathe, they breathe into their stomachs. They do not breathe into their chests. And the sheer volume of benefits of being a stomach breather versus a chest breather is way too many that I could even possibly list in one video. But it is important because when you breathe into your stomach, you are going to get way more oxygen than when you breathe into your chest. Also, what happens when you breathe into your stomach, besides the fact that it's natural and your body was designed to breathe into your stomach, is that it's going to get you in tune with your gut feelings. Okay, it's going to get you in tune with your intuition, your gut instincts, which will help you live life and live a much better life because you'll be less reactory to situations and circumstances than you would otherwise being a chest breather. Okay, so it's really, really important that if you are a chest breather, that you retrain yourself to start breathing into your stomach. Because, as I said, it has so many health benefits, and one of the most important ones, in my opinion, is also just the fact of being more in tune with your gut feelings. But some of the other benefits are also that it helps move and lubricate your organs. It helps them detoxify. It helps them function better, and also chest breathers tend to have more tension in their neck and their shoulders, which eventually over time can lead into issues with posture and all sorts of things. And the truth is that the reason why people switch from stomach to chest breathing is usually because of some sort of intense, prolonged, stressful experience in their lives. And it can happen to children all the way through into adulthood. You know, maybe someone went through a very traumatic experience, and because of the trauma and because of their resistance to and the emotional reactions that they're having and so forth, they will switch into chest breathing and retrain themselves in order to become a chest breather, and they won't even know that it actually even happened. So I was very surprised when I heard about this back when I was in my early 20s and realized that I was a chest breather. And it only took me maybe 2 or 3 days to retrain myself, and all that you have to do to retrain yourself is to consciously breathe into your stomach as best as you can, and to consistently remember to check in with yourself when you're not. And so if you put a little bit of effort into it, over 2 to 3 days, you can very easily retrain yourself. Maybe put some reminders in your cell phone, or maybe even post-it notes on your mirror and your refrigerator and so forth. And that will help you to remember to just check in and see where you're breathing. But as I said, it only took me like 2 or 3 days. I also, before going to bed, or if you do meditate in the morning, to consciously be breathing into your stomach for a good period of time, and then allow yourself to, say, fall asleep that way, and throughout your meditation to be breathing through your stomach. Now, a few things about breathing into your stomach. It's supposed to be natural, okay? A lot of people make the mistake of starting to push, in and out really, really hard. And it's not supposed to be an ab workout, and it's not supposed to be stressful. It might feel awkward initially, and a lot of people get all self-conscious too of, oh my God, it's going to make my belly look big and all of this sort of stuff. And it's not true at all. It actually strengthens your belly and your core, and it works certain muscles and muscle groups and things like that that are critical to your core and strengthening your core. For all those yoga people out there would know a lot more about that than I do. So it's important to not overdo it, but just allow yourself to naturally switch back, and you will notice the benefits, as I did. I really, really noticed the benefits. It made a huge difference to my life at the time, and ever since, obviously. The other thing that I wanted to point out about breathing in the stomach, that there's this misconception that people say, well, if you breathe into your stomach, you should not ever breathe into your chest, meaning the chest shouldn't move and there shouldn't be any sort of movement inside of your chest. And that's not necessarily true. Sometimes when you are breathing in your stomach, there will be some chest movement, because ultimately your lungs are in your chest. Now, it is important for me to say that it is equally as important and vital that you, at least once a day, make sure to do some really deep breathing into your chest, into your lungs, okay, and expand your lungs to the maximum, because that's just healthy, and it's really, really good to oxygenate your lungs and oxygenate your blood and so forth. And one easy way of doing that is just exercising. If you do 10 or 20 minutes of some high intensity exercising and get yourself breathing, then your lungs will naturally start filling up more than they would otherwise, okay? But just to also counter anybody that says, well, then that must mean that chest breathing is actually good. No, most chest breathers actually have less oxygen, or less oxygen comes in to their lungs than a stomach breather and into their bodies. And oxygen is just critical for healthy function of the body, of the cells. It keeps you younger, it keeps you alive, and you're breathing life force energy into your body. It's technically more important than food and water in many ways. And there are people throughout history and throughout time that have actually been able to live off of air, and which is known as being a breatharian, for those that don't know. So that is all I have to say about that. Breathe into your belly, get in tune with who you truly are, and you will live a better life if you happen to be a chest breather. If you happen to be a stomach breather, then awesome, good for you, and great. So leave comment down below. Are you a chest breather? Are you a belly breather? Any other comments? Anything you'd like me to talk about? Any other questions you might have that you'd like me to answer about this topic or about anything? And if you're interested in getting on a coaching call with me and learning about what sort of services that I can provide to help you live your best life in any and all areas, including business and finance and and relationships and health and wellness and all of that sort of stuff, then click on the link below and let's talk. I would be more than happy to serve you in whatever capacity that I can to create the ultimate breakthroughs in your life, because I can tell you now, I don't think that there's anyone out there that can truly say that they're living at 100% in all areas of their life. And that 100% is actually a scale that keeps moving and changing depending on where you're at in your life and what your goals and what your achievements are and what you would like to accomplish or what you were born to do on this planet. So thank you so much for listening, and I will talk